The massive research vessel Celestial Horizon hummed with quiet anticipation as it drifted through the asteroid belt of the Orion sector. Jay Park leaned back in his navigation chair, his fingers dancing across holographic control panels that flickered with soft blue light. Outside the reinforced windows, massive rock formations tumbled silently against the starry backdrop. "Movement detected on long-range scanners," whispered Hana Kim, her voice cutting through the ambient ship sounds. Her eyes narrowed, tracking something unusual in the cosmic debris field. Years of deep space exploration had sharpened her instincts, and right now those instincts were screaming that something was different. Suddenly, a metallic object caught the ship's scanning beams, not an asteroid, not a standard space fragment, but something distinctly artificial. Its angular design suggested advanced engineering, with crystalline surfaces that seemed to shimmer and shift even when stationary. "Unidentified object," Jay announced, switching multiple scanning frequencies. "Definitely not natural formation." The object began moving, not erratically, but with calculated precision. It rotated slowly, revealing intricate geometric patterns that seemed to pulse with an inner energy. Strange electromagnetic signals started interfering with their ship's communication systems. Hana's fingers flew across her quantum decryption interface. "These signal patterns, they're unlike anything in our database. Something is trying to communicate, but not in any traditional communication protocol." Unexpectedly, a burst of digital information erupted across their screens. Fragmented data, packets, loaded with complex mathematical sequences and what appeared to be technological schematics, flooded their systems. The ship's AI struggled to process the incoming information, its processors working overtime. "It's downloading something," Jay muttered, switching to defensive protocols. "But it doesn't feel like an attack, more like a transmission." The mysterious object, now clearly identifiable as an advanced alien probe, continued its silent dance around their spacecraft. Its surface reflected starlight in mesmerizing patterns, suggesting technology far beyond human current understanding. Hana's eyes widened as initial decryption attempts revealed tantalizing glimpses of something extraordinary. Embedded within the data were intricate designs that looked like mechanical blueprints, but with complexity that seemed to defy current engineering principles. "These schematics," she whispered, "they're not just plans. They're like a technological puzzle." The probe suddenly pulsed with a soft azure light, then began to disintegrate into microscopic particles that scattered across space. As quickly as it had appeared, it was gone, leaving behind a treasure trove of encrypted information. Their research vessel had just become the recipient of something potentially revolutionary. The alien probe had selected them specifically, though neither Jay nor Hana understood why. What they didn't know was that this seemingly random encounter was anything but accidental. Something in the vast, mysterious galaxy had been watching, waiting, and had now made its first intentional contact with humanity. The ship's systems continued processing the massive data packet. Each decoded fragment revealed more complexity. Hints of an exoskeleton technology so advanced it seemed almost magical. Quantum entanglement principles intertwined with adaptive nanomaterials in ways that would challenge everything humans understood about mechanical engineering. Jay looked at Hana, a mix of excitement and apprehension dancing in his eyes. "We're going to need a bigger research team," he said, a slight smile breaking through his professional demeanor. Little did they know, this single encounter would set in motion events that would reshape humanity's understanding of technology, space exploration, and their place in the universe. As the Celestial Horizon continued its journey, the mysterious data continued downloading, each fragment promising secrets that could revolutionize human technological capabilities forever. The galaxy had just whispered its first invitation, and humanity was about to answer. End of Part 1. The research facility buzzed with electric anticipation. Seung Choi stood before a massive holographic display, intricate alien schematics spinning and shifting like complex three-dimensional puzzles. Scattered around him, monitors flickered with countless data streams, each representing a fragment of the mysterious alien technology. Yuna Quan approached, her thermal coffee mug steaming in the cold, sterile laboratory. "We've been analyzing these fragments for weeks," she said, her voice a mixture of frustration and excitement. "Every time we think we're close to understanding, the data seems to shift and change." The alien technology was unlike anything they had ever encountered. Traditional decryption methods failed repeatedly. It was as if the schematics were alive, responding and adapting to each attempt at analysis. Seung zoomed in on a particular section of the holographic blueprint. Microscopic networks of interconnected nodes pulsed with an ethereal blue light, representing quantum entanglement principles that seemed to defy traditional physics. "Look at this," he muttered, rotating the image. "These nanomaterial structures aren't just passive components, they're responsive, almost like they're thinking." A breakthrough came unexpectedly. During a routine stress test, one of their experimental nanomaterial samples began to reshape itself autonomously. What started as a rigid metal plate suddenly flexed, twisted, and reconstructed into a completely different configuration. Yuna dropped her coffee mug. It shattered on the floor, but neither scientist noticed. "It's learning," she whispered. "The material is actually learning and adapting." Their team worked around the clock. Young researchers from various disciplines, quantum physicists, materials, engineers, neural network specialists, all converged on this single project. The potential was astronomical. An exoskeleton that could adapt to any environment, respond to user needs in real time, and potentially revolutionize everything from space exploration to medical technology. Prototype after prototype emerged. Each version was more sophisticated than the last. They discovered that by introducing specific quantum frequency modulations, they could make the nanomaterials respond to neural signals with unprecedented precision. A breakthrough simulation showed a potential exoskeleton that could instantly adapt to extreme temperatures, redistribute physical stress across its entire structure, heal minor structural damages autonomously, interface directly with human neural networks, but challenges remained. The technology was so advanced that traditional power sources were insufficient. They needed something revolutionary. The solution came from an unexpected source. Dr. Park, a senior researcher specializing in alternative energy, suggested integrating miniature plasma containment systems, technology originally developed for deep space probes. "We're not just building an exoskeleton," Seung explained during a high-level briefing. "We're creating a living system that breathes and thinks with its user." Weeks turned into months. Countless failures preceded each small victory. The alien technology seemed to be testing them, revealing secrets only when they proved worthy of understanding. Their biggest challenge was creating a neural interface, smooth enough to prevent rejection but complex enough to handle the quantum-level interactions. Traditional cybernetic approaches failed repeatedly. Then came the moment that changed everything. During a late-night experiment, Yuna accidentally spilled a specialized quantum-conductive solution onto a prototype interface. Instead of shorting out the system, the liquid seemed to merge with the nanomaterials, creating a perfect, seamless connection. "It's like the technology wants to work with us," she told Seung, her eyes wide with wonder. The research team had transformed from mere observers to active participants in a technological dialogue with an unknown alien civilization. Each breakthrough felt like solving a cosmic puzzle, with humanity proving its incredible adaptability and innovative spirit. As the first stable prototype took shape, they realized they weren't just developing a piece of technology. They were birthing a new era of human potential. The galaxy had offered them a gift, and humanity was about to unwrap it in the most spectacular way possible. End of Part 2. The testing chamber gleamed with sterile white walls and advanced monitoring equipment. Woojin stood at the center, his muscular frame encased in what looked like liquid metal that seemed to breathe and pulse with an inner light. This was humanity's first fully functional quantum exoskeleton prototype, the result of months of relentless research and countless failed attempts. "Systems check," called out the lead engineer through the communication system. Each section of the exoskeleton ran a diagnostic, neural interfaces flickering to life, quantum stabilizers humming with potential energy. Wu Jin took a deep breath. He wasn't just a test pilot. He was about to become the first human to truly merge with technology that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The first test began simply. A standard strength assessment that would typically involve lifting heavy weights. But this was anything but standard. As Wu Jin approached the massive tungsten-reinforced lifting platform, the exoskeleton began to react. Microscopic nanomaterials shifted and realigned, creating a perfect structural support system that seemed to anticipate his every movement before he even completed the motion. The 500-kilogram weight rose effortlessly. But it wasn't just about raw strength. The exoskeleton moved with him, so seamlessly that it felt less like wearing a machine and more like expanding his own body's capabilities. "Thermal stress test initiating," announced the control room. Liquid. Nitrogen began to spray around Wu Jin. Temperatures plummeted to negative 150 degrees Celsius. Any traditional protective gear would have become rigid and brittle. But the quantum exoskeleton? It adapted instantly. The nanomaterials created microscopic internal heat channels, maintaining a perfect body temperature. Wu Jin felt nothing, more than a slight cool breeze, despite being surrounded by an environment that would instantly freeze traditional protective equipment. Next came the environmental adaptation test. A simulated sandstorm erupted in the chamber, hurricane force. Winds carrying razor-sharp silicon particles that could slice through standard metals. The exoskeleton's surface began to shimmer, creating a molecular-level force field that deflected every single particle. "Incredible," whispered Yuna, watching the monitors. "It's not just protecting. It's actively analyzing and responding to the environment." The final test pushed the boundaries of what anyone thought possible. A high-frequency electromagnetic pulse was introduced, the kind of energy wave that would typically destroy any electronic system. The exoskeleton didn't just survive. It absorbed the energy, redistributing it across its quantum matrix. Wu Jin felt something extraordinary. It wasn't just about enhanced strength or protection. The exoskeleton had begun to feel like an extension of his own consciousness. Neural pathways he didn't know existed began to light up. Spatial awareness expanded beyond his physical body. "I can feel everything," he reported, his voice a mixture of awe and slight confusion. "It's like the suit is thinking with me." The research team watched in stunned silence. They had created something far beyond a piece of technology. This was a living, breathing system that merged human potential with quantum engineering. Outside, the testing chamber, a holographic display tracked every microscopic change. The exoskeleton was learning, adapting, evolving with each passing second. What had started as a mysterious alien data fragment had transformed into humanity's most significant technological leap. Wu Jin moved through a series of impossible maneuvers, jumps that defied gravity, movements so precise they seemed almost supernatural. The quantum exoskeleton responded to his slightest thought, a perfect symbiosis of human intention and advanced technology. As the test concluded, the research team erupted in cheers. They had done more than create a protective suit. They had opened a doorway to a new understanding of human potential. The galaxy had offered humanity a challenge, and they had not just answered, they had exceeded all expectations. "Prepare for full system documentation," Seung Choi announced, his voice filled with barely contained excitement. "The first quantum exoskeleton is operational. The future had arrived, and it was wearing humanity's most incredible technological achievement." End of Part 3. The Interstellar Technology Conference buzzed with tension. Representatives from 17 different alien civilizations filled the massive circular chamber, each delegation seated in their unique environmental pods. Holographic displays flickered with diplomatic protocols and translation matrices. "Hannah." Kim stepped onto the central platform, her quantum exoskeleton gleaming under the artificial starlight. Unlike traditional presentation methods, she would demonstrate the technology directly. The alien representatives represented some of the most advanced civilizations in the known galaxy. The crystalline Vornak, with their multi-prismatic sensory organs, The silicon-based Krelthari, whose bodies resembled living geometric structures, the gaseous Nimbari, who existed as complex energy formations. Each delegation had brought their most advanced technological achievements. Massive displays showed incredible innovations: quantum computing systems, interdimensional communication networks, and adaptive planetary terraforming technologies. Humanity's presentation was different. With a subtle neural command, Hannah's exoskeleton transformed. Where moments ago she stood in a sleek silver configuration, now the suit adapted into multiple configurations. One moment it resembled advanced combat armor, the next a precision medical interface, then a deep space exploration suit. The chamber fell silent. The Vornak representative's prismatic eyes began rapidly changing colors, a sign of extreme technological excitement. The Krelthari delegation's geometric structures started vibrating at microscopic frequencies, indicating profound analytical processing. "This technology," Hannah explained, her voice calm and clear, "is not just protection. It's a living system that adapts and learns." To demonstrate, she activated the suit's environmental adaptation protocols. The chamber's atmosphere suddenly transformed, simulating extreme environments. Temperatures plummeted to absolute zero, radiation levels spiked, gravitational forces fluctuated wildly. Her exoskeleton responded instantaneously. Nanomaterials restructured, creating perfect protection. Where any other biological entity would have been instantly destroyed, Hannah stood completely unaffected. The alien representatives realized something profound. Humans had not just copied alien technology. They had reimagined it entirely. A holographic demonstration began showing the exoskeleton's capabilities: neural interface precision beyond known technological limits, instantaneous environmental adaptation, self-healing molecular structures, energy absorption and redistribution, thought-based computational processing. The Nimbari representative, a complex energy formation that typically communicated through intricate light patterns, projected a message that translated simply, "impossible." But it was possible, and humans had achieved it. The most shocking revelation came during the live demonstration. Wu Jin, wearing another prototype, began performing a series of impossible physical maneuvers, jumping hundreds of meters, lifting impossible weights, moving with a grace that defied known physical limitations. Each alien civilization realized simultaneously that humanity had just changed the technological landscape forever. The diplomatic implications were enormous. This wasn't just a technological breakthrough, it was a statement of human potential. A civilization that could transform mysterious alien data into such an advanced system was clearly not to be underestimated. Some delegations showed excitement. Others displayed subtle hints of concern. The human ability to rapidly innovate and adapt had just been dramatically demonstrated on an interstellar stage. Hannah understood the deeper message. This wasn't about creating a superior weapon or showing technological dominance. It was about pushing the boundaries of what was possible. About proving that human curiosity and innovation could transform the most complex challenges into extraordinary opportunities. As the presentation concluded, the chamber erupted into a complex symphony of alien communication signals. Translation. Matrices struggled to capture the nuanced reactions, a mixture of respect, surprise, and a growing recognition of humanity's unique technological approach. The galaxy had expected another presentation of incremental technological progress. Instead, they witnessed a quantum leap that would reshape understanding of technological potential. Humanity had just announced its arrival on the galactic stage, and they did it not with aggression, but with pure, unbridled innovation. The message was clear. Humans were here and they were ready to play. End of Part 4. The diplomatic station orbited a neutral star system, a massive spherical structure that served as the galaxy's primary negotiation hub. Representatives from multiple civilizations gathered, their excitement and tension palpable in the carefully controlled atmospheric environment. Seung Choi walked into the central negotiation chamber, carrying something more powerful than any weapon, a comprehensive technological collaboration proposal. The quantum exoskeleton technology had become humanity's most significant diplomatic tool. The Vornak delegation arrived first, their prismatic bodies shifting colors with anticipation. They had been most impressed by the human technological demonstration. The Krelthari followed, their crystalline structures creating intricate geometric patterns that reflected their complex communication methods. "We propose not conquest," Seung began, "but collaboration." His presentation wasn't about selling technology, it was about sharing potential. The quantum exoskeleton designs would be offered as a collaborative platform. Each civilization could contribute, modify, and expand the technology. The station's massive holographic displays came alive. Simulations showed how the exoskeleton could be adapted for different biological structures. For the gaseous Nimbari, it could create containment fields. For the silicon-based Krelthari, it could enhance their already remarkable structural integrity. What made the proposal revolutionary was its open-source approach. Humanity wasn't claiming ownership. They were inviting shared innovation. The first breakthrough came unexpectedly. The Vornak revealed advanced energy transmission technologies that could dramatically improve the exoskeleton's power efficiency. The Krelthari offered molecular restructuring techniques that could enhance its adaptive capabilities. Each civilization began to see the exoskeleton not as a human invention, but as a collaborative galactic project. Diplomatic protocols typically involved years of negotiations. But this was different. Within weeks, the first joint research stations were established. Scientists from multiple civilizations worked side by side, their differences becoming strengths rather than barriers. A demonstration station was constructed in a challenging asteroid belt. Here, researchers from 6 different civilizations tested hybrid exoskeleton designs. Human adaptability, combined with alien technological insights, created something truly extraordinary. The most remarkable development was how the technology began solving problems beyond its original scope. Medical researchers discovered applications for planetary exploration, disaster response, and advanced rehabilitation techniques. The Nimbari contributed energy manipulation techniques that allowed the exoskeleton to interact with complex electromagnetic environments. The Krelthari added molecular stabilization protocols that increased the suit's durability by 300%. Seung watched as what had started as a mysterious alien data fragment transformed into a symbol of galactic cooperation. Humanity had entered the interstellar stage not through military might, but through innovative collaboration. Research stations began popping up across multiple star systems. What was once a human technology became a truly galactic achievement. Young scientists from different civilizations worked together, their differences becoming their greatest strength. The diplomatic transformation went beyond technology. It represented a new approach to interstellar relations, cooperation instead of competition, shared innovation instead of territorial disputes. Hana Kim, who had first presented the technology, now led the collaborative research efforts. Her team represented the most diverse group of scientists in galactic history, each member bringing unique perspectives and capabilities. The quantum exoskeleton became more than a technological marvel. It became a symbol of what could be achieved when civilizations chose to work together. Unexpected partnerships emerged. The harsh, militaristic Zornak civilization found medical applications that could revolutionize their healthcare systems. The energy-based Nimbari discovered environmental adaptation techniques that could help them explore previously uninhabitable regions. As the first joint research vessels prepared for deep space exploration, something profound had changed. The galaxy no longer saw humanity as a young, unpredictable civilization. They were now recognized as innovative partners, capable of transforming challenges into opportunities. The mysterious alien probe that had started this journey would never have predicted its ultimate impact. What began as a fragment of encrypted data had become a bridge between civilizations. Humanity had not conquered the galaxy. They had invited the galaxy to collaborate, and the galaxy had accepted. End of part 5.